Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the May 2023 reading for the zodiac sign of Gemini. Welcome, fellow Geminis. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at what's coming for May. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. At the end, we'll also do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you, Gemini. But let's go back to column number 1, what's wrapping up and coming to a close. So starting off with a summary affirmation card here. Our card says, I am destined. So I feel like there was something that happened, Gemini, these last few weeks or month. And guess what? It was just destined to happen. No matter what you did, no matter what you said, things just weren't going to change. So there was going to be a specific outcome. And so just keep that in mind. That could be good. It could be bad. It could be indifferent. But again, there's just something that was destined to happen that no matter what, it would have happened. So hopefully you can kind of rest assured knowing that. But let's see what messages we've got coming through here. Up first, we have the 3 of Swords. The 3 of Swords is a card of kind of low feelings. This could be heartbreak, divorce, loss, depression, separation. So there could have been some sort of separation, some sort of hurt feelings that happened here, Gemini. The next card we have is the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands is a card of speed, action, something happening very quickly. This can also be a card of finding something out or like news coming in. So again, that could have been you found out this information, and that's kind of what's leading to those low and hurt feelings associated with the 3 of Swords. At the bottom here, we have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a card of secrets, a card of mystery. So again, there was something we didn't know. We found out that information, and it unfortunately wasn't what we wanted to hear. It did hurt feelings. Let's take a look though and see what clarifiers we have. First up, we have the Tower card. The Tower card is a card of unwanted change. It can be like upheaval. It can feel disgraceful. I always tell people, like, you plan for ABC to happen, and with the Tower card, DEF happens. Again, not what you want it to be, but that's just the way that it played out. Unfortunately, again, I feel like it was destined to happen. There is not anything you could have done, Gemini, to get a different outcome here. I will say the nice thing about the Tower card, though, is no matter how crappy this feels or how much it wasn't what we wanted, it still takes us to the place where we needed to go. The Tower always takes you where you need to be. The next card that we have is the 8 of Pentacles. The 8 of Pentacles is being able to enjoy something. I do think that with the outcome of whatever this scenario is, there still will be enjoyment. I see you putting in work. I see you enjoying it. So again, we'll be happy where the Tower took us. It just maybe hasn't been the happiest process getting there. And at the bottom here, we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a card of kind of taking power, taking control. Know that this situation happened, but you seem to have control of the situation or the ability to control the situation again now. So keep that in mind as well, Gemini. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is just general what's coming for May. We have the card I Am Connected. I know it's kind of hard, but I really like this card. If you take a look at all the little lines coming off of this card, there's a circle with a bunch of lines coming off of it. And all of those lines or all those threads are connections. And this is being connected to your mind, being connected to your thoughts, your feelings, your spirit, your heart. It could be your peers, your loved ones, your family, your animals. being connected to time, being connected to earth, to lots and lots and lots of connections. But this seems like May is going to be a really balanced and grounded month for you. Again, you're connected where we need to be connected. These connections are going to be meaningful. So I like that energy because it's really, again, easy to get disconnected. Again, think about all those connections I just listed off. So this is going to be a good time for connections. So let's take a look here for cards though. Up first we have the World card. The World card is the last card in the Major Arcana, and it indicates endings. It's completion. It's ending. It's something being done. This is a goal or lesson. This could also be a card of travel, so potentially there could be some travel happening for you, Gemini. But it's like we're wrapping something up. We're closing something. We're completing something here. The next card that we have is the King of Wands. We were just talking about the King of Wands. This is taking power, taking control in this new thing. So anytime we have an ending, there's some sort of new beginning. Gemini, it's inevitable. Take power here. Take control. Take charge. This is also an opportunity to be like really charming, to woo, to get people to understand and see your perspective. But again, I see you taking charge here. You're in a bold position. And people are going to like it and listen, truthfully. And then at the bottom here, we have the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is typically a love card. This is very romantic. This is a card of partnership. For some of you, there could be a new relationship, an engagement, or a marriage. But I think it's highlighting these connections. Again, I'm not sure how these connections are going to come into play, Gemini, but there's no doubting they definitely are going to. Looking at our clarifiers, first up we have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is a card of waiting. You've been waiting for this ending. It's interesting because I'm hearing you might not feel ready, but you're ready. So even if this completion, this ending catches you off guard, the universe is telling me, Gemini, you are ready for this ending. This is also a travel card again, so I feel really strongly about travel. If you don't have some travel plans this month, Gemini, you should make some. Even if it's like just a travel, like a trip to a different town or a weekend away or something of that sort, but travel seems to be good for you. On top of our King of Wands, we have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is a very tolerant card. It's a card of leadership though. Again, I was telling you, take charge, take leadership in this. You kind of are driving this new beginning. So, and people are going to listen. Again, you really, I always feel weird saying it, but this is like a power position for you, or in a position of power where you can make decisions where you have control here. So just keep that in mind. This is also a card of being supported. So you're going to be supported, but there's a chance you are going to do some supporting too. That kind of comes with that taking lead. And at the bottom here, we have the Hermit. The Hermit's a card about going within for clarity. This light within the lantern is the light that's within you, Gemini. And this is not doing what feels good to you. This is part of a personal quest, spiritual illumination. This is at your core who you want to be, who you need to be, who you should be. And those are great feelings. This is a good thing. Whatever this ending is, a new beginning that you're taking charge of, like you needed to take charge spiritually, if that makes sense. Okay, now let's move on to our next column, which is anything related to money. We're going to start out with a quick affirmation. It says, I spend my money wisely. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, whatever you associate with money, Gemini. Up first, we have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is a card of stress, exhaustion, having lots of burdens. I do think you're going to have a pretty busy next few weeks and months, so be ready for that in terms of work. I feel like your workload is shifting, so just be aware of that. Make sure you don't overcommit. Also, you're kind of like feeling a little tired to start with, Gemini, so just be aware of that. Don't overcommit to things that you can't deliver on, but also be thinking about what burdens or what commitments maybe you can put down and kind of refocus energy there. The next card that we have is the Star card. The Star card is a card of renewal, a card of hope. Again, I do feel like something's changing. So like you're kind of feeling meh and then this renewal is coming in, this change is coming in. I feel like your workload is shifting here, Gemini. The star card, though, is also a card of being in the spotlight. You see that nice big star in the background, so that's being recognized, being acknowledged, again, being in the spotlight. So there could be some recognition coming in for you in May as well. The next card that we have is the Hermit. Again, the Hermit is about going within for clarity. I think that this new work, or whatever this change in workload is, it will be a little bit more fulfilling. It's a little bit more that what you want. I'm not going to say this is like the nirvana, the perfect, but it feels better than current state, Gemini. So I like that for you. I'm just going to throw this out here. I feel like we need to seek something fulfilling though. So if it's not work for you, Gemini, make sure you're getting your fulfillment somewhere. Okay. Taking a look at our clarifiers now. First up, we have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is a card of being very self-sufficient. Again, I feel like you've kind of bit off more than you can chew. You're doing more than your capacity. So make sure that you kind of adjust to bring it back into that self-sufficient place. You can also communicate too. If you have too many different things going on, that will be totally well received. Queen of Swords is a great communication card. So if you have too many projects, you don't feel good about something, you can actually absolutely speak up here, Gemini. The next card we have is the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is about being very solid, practical, and wise. This seems to be speaking to money, so just be making sure you're spending your money wisely, like our affirmation told us. So solid, practical, wise. Wise money spending. That's a double message for you in one column there. The King of Pentacles is also an investment opportunity though, so there could be a really promising investment opportunity coming up for you in in May. At the bottom here we have the Death card. I always like to make sure I tell people that the Death card does not mean death. Many of you probably know that, some of you maybe don't. So this does not mean death, but this does indicate changes and endings and transformation. So again, there seems to be some sort of change coming to your workload. So just be aware of that. I don't even know if workload is the right word. It's almost like the type of work. Your type of work is changing here, Gemini. So we're going through some sort of change here. But again, I think you're going to like it more. Absolutely, though, still, you need to seek some fulfillment outside of work, though. Okay, moving on to our next column. This is anything related to love. Quick love message. Acceptance is key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There's no point in trying to change that which is beyond our control. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love, Gemini. We're starting out with the Two of Wands at the top there. Two of Wands is a card of waiting. We're waiting for something right now. This can also indicate a decision, so some of you could be needing to make a decision in terms of love. But for more of you, I think there's something that's being waited on here, Gemini. This is also a travel card. You've had a couple cards that say travel, travel, travel. So try and get some travel in, Gemini. The next card that we have is the Six of Coins or the Six of Pentacles. This is a card of giving or receiving help. It's very generous. I feel like this isn't typically a surprise gift card, but I do kind of feel like you're getting a surprise gift. So you might get coffee or flowers or a nice dinner or some sort of unexpected treat. So it's kind of a little memento of love. So that feels good there. Surprise gift. And at the bottom here, we have the Ace of Swords. Anytime you have an ace card, it's a card of newness. This can be clarity on something, but this can also be conflict. So be careful what we do with this. I'm hoping for many of you, you're just finding something out. But for some of you, this is like new clarity or new conflict. So be thinking about avoiding conflict when possible. I don't think it'll be the end of the world or like an end of a relationship, but just like be aware that I feel like there's potential for conflict to ignite, right? Okay. Taking a look now at our clarifiers. First up, we have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a card of mystery, intuition, mystery, secrets. So again, I think you are going to find something out because there's something you're not aware of. It does feel positive, but make sure you trust your gut to navigate through. If you have to make a decision, make sure you have all the information first here, Gemini. The next card that we have is the Two of Cups. A great relationship card, whether you're in a relationship or maybe you're hoping to go into a relationship. The Two of Cups is very romantic. It's a card of partnership, proposal, marriage, all wonderful things. So we like to see that, Gemini. Really, really strong love card. Again, I feel like you're going to get a little memento of love just to show how you're loved and appreciated with that Six of Coins. So I like that. Another super strong love card at the bottom here with the Knight of Cups. This is like Prince or Princess Charming, Knight in Shining Armor. Very appealing, very much so what you're hoping for. This is an opportunity card though. And again, I feel like there is opportunity for conflict to pop up. So just take that for what it's worth. And I wouldn't even say tread lightly, but just be aware, Gemini. Okay, now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the card, I feel balanced. I love this. I will not get on my soapbox about this, but I feel like no matter the situation, no matter the person, we can all always use more balance in life. So I get super excited when I see the balance card because we need more balance. So I like that you're going to have a nice balanced remainder of May, but let's see what we're working with here. First, we have the Tower card. The Tower card, we talked about this earlier. You got it in both your corners here. Things aren't going as planned. So again, you plan for A, B, C, D, F happens, but don't lose sight of the end results here, which again, the Tower takes us where we need to go. So although it might not have been the path we wanted, the end result of the Tower is good. It's kind of course correcting. I do think there will be more balance at the other side of things, but I think you can plan for something to maybe not go as expected. The next card we have is the Ace of Coins or the Ace of Pentacles. This is new job, raise, promotion, investment, some sort of new income. It does seem like there's new money coming in, but again, the way that we get to that new money might not have been what you were hoping for. And at the bottom here, we have the Four of Wands. This is a card of celebration. I think on a standard tarot deck card, it kind of looks like a finish line. So we are completing what we need to be completing. We are getting where we want to be going. And we're going to be celebrating. So again, this takes us to new money. It takes us to a good place. But you're not probably, Gemini, unfortunately, going to get there the way you thought you wanted to get there. So let's take a look and see what we've got going on. At the top here, we have the Magician. The Magician is about focus, creativity. It's about turning visions into reality. Your dream is still going to come true. Your vision's still going to come true. Again, just the way that you get there, Gemini, is not going to be what you expected or maybe wanted. The next card that we have is the Knight of Wands. This is a card of freedom. It's a card of creativity. There's a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of happiness. There's a lot of creativity and flexibility with the Ace of Coins. So with that new money, promotion, career, investment, whatever it may be. So we are really happy. We are very comfortable with this new situation. And at the bottom here, we have the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is a card of worry, and it makes sense because things are not going to play out the way you planned, Gemini. So, but then, like I said, it all works out favorably. It leads to a really nice new opportunity, new money, and celebration. But again, it just might not be the path you were planning on taking. So that's what that card is showing up as you worrying about it, because again, things don't go as planned. Okay, now at this time, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. Question number 1, though, is the Queen of Spades. This is the number 42 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 3 is the King of Hearts. This is number 24 card. That's going to be a yes. And question number 3 is the Four of Clubs. This is number 4 card. That's going to be a yes. So yeses across the board there, Gemini. Looking at our Healing Stones deck, we're going to pull a crystal for the month of May. Your crystal is tourmaline. It's good for protection, relaxation, helps protect you, and again, good for body, mind, and spirit. Last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your healing note says, Healing takes courage, and we all have courage, even if we have to dig a little to find it. Thank you so much, Gemini, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. I also did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Gemini, and I hope you have a wonderful May.